뭐랄까 좀 재미있는 그런 표정이네요. 윤정 선수. 그래 좋아. 3천 한번 제대로 한번 해보자 말이지. 이런 표정이고요. 차분하게 자신의 어떤 플레이를.
Hello and welcome back. This is Nick Tasel's plot. And I am really happy to be here right now because we've had a very exciting game. I hope this mic is on because I can't. Okay, now I can hear myself in my headphones. All right, so again, we got a really exciting game coming up here. This is the final round of the yellow versus free game. And man, I don't know. I do not know who's going to win. I don't even know if this game is going to be longer than the other games. We've had two very, very short games with two very aggressive strategies by yellow. One failing completely and totally. The other one succeeding and making him look more baller than I have seen yellow look in a while. This is the Averatec-Intel Classic. Thank you very much for joining us. Tell all your friends to tune in. We've been having a lot of success here with these StarCraft tournaments. It's really proving that people love esports all over the world. But especially StarCraft, because that game is just so manly. And I think the game's going to start pretty soon here. But neither of the players actually needed a restroom break, just the casters. So I think we're going to start pretty soon now. Both players in the game, and I think we're getting the confirmation to go. So stay tuned, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Now he's talking to Grimto. But, anyways, yeah, this is going to be a very exciting game. It could go either way.
2008 TG Sambo Intel Classic. StarCraft Universe. Welcome to the Korea Ultimate Tournament. Get ready.
The final game. Free versus yellow. Yellow's the Zerg, free is the Protoss. Two giants in their own right. The oldest top Zerg player, and arguably the most creative, against one of these new age Protoss players. And I gotta say, this could be a very, very exciting game. Could be a long drawn-out macro game. We don't necessarily have to see another rush game. I don't know if this map really favors any type of aggressive Zerg play. This is really more of a macro economy game map. So, what we're most likely going to see from Protoss is, okay, we're going to see Gateway first. Actually, I'm actually kind of surprised about that. I was really expecting a fast expo. But any map where there's a ramp and Protoss is on high ground, you don't necessarily have the fast expo. Fast expo is a very powerful build. It's probably the most popular build amongst competitive gamers, but it does not mean it is the most, or excuse me, that it is the best build. So, we may see fast gas. We may see. I doubt we'll see a double gate. I don't think double gate would be wise on this map. We're seeing Pylon Gateway, Pylon again. So we may see Pylon Gateway, and then a few Zealots and a Nexus. The Zealots there to apply pressure to the Zerg, while the Nexus, he throws the Nexus up with the mineral expansion. Kind of starts off a little bit aggressive, but then complements later on a defensive play. Once again, we're seeing the 9 pool. And, okay, no, excuse me, we will see the fast gas. Going pylon, gateway, pylon versus going pylon, gateway, assimilator, you do get an extra probe out there, so it is a little bit more economical. Now, since the Zerg is going for the 9 pull, we probably will not see Protoss be aggressive. It's very, very, very dangerous to try to be aggressive against a 9 pulling Zerg. And he's going to have to try to keep this probe alive for as long as possible. It's going to be very tough, though, especially once those Zergs get the speed upgrade. And looks like it does appear as though Yellow's control is just too good. Completely cornered that probe. Now, fast gas can actually be very effective against a 9 pulling Zerg. Oh, whoa, he's continuing to make Zerglings. Okay, so he sent 6 out. No, it looks like 7 actually, leaving 3 back in his main to stop a secondary scouting probe from sneaking in. Since Yellow hasn't found his opponent yet. Yellow probably assumes that his opponent's fast exploiting. That's what we see most of the Protoss players do on this map. Although then again, that may change because this map is still very new, so the metagame is still evolving on this map. We're probably going to see fast Corsair from the Protoss. Using that Corsair, he can not only harass Overlords and force the Zerg to get a fast Hydralisk Den or an Evolution Chamber, but he also gets in a very good idea of what the Zerg is teching to, and then he can respond accordingly. And again, remember, Protoss are in a very defensive position early on in this matchup. It's really up to the Protoss to analyze the Zerg and then respond accordingly and try to last until the late. Oh my gosh, he's going for a very fast Lurker Den. Yellow. Will we ever see you get more than... I don't know, will we ever see you get a 4th hatchery in a game? Who knows? This is Yellow. He's the most aggressive Zerg we'll probably see. Very smart player. Actually, he could also go for Mutalisk, but I would presume he's going to be going for... actually, you know, there's a whole bunch of different builds you can do with fast layer den. I have seen some Zerg players go for the Hydralisk speed and the Overlord speed, because most Protoss players will get the Corsair out and then get the Dark Templar out. We could also see very fast Lurkers, although I think Free may be prepared for that if he spots this and makes the cannons at the Expo, thus nullifying the power of the Lurkers and really putting the Zerg's economy into shambles. And it looks like now that he's spotted this, he will go ahead and put the cannons at the expansion. But we'll see exactly what Yellow decides to do, because his builds are very technical. And many times you see these pro gamers spot the build and then they misunderstand it because Yellow is actually doing something even more complex. Three Hydralisks out. It does look as though we will see Lurkers. We would have seen more Hydralisks by now. Had he been planning on doing some type of Hydralisk entrance bust. We may see a fast Lurker drop as well. Note that even though the Protoss can expand pretty quickly, a fast drop over here could prove to make that fast Expo pretty much useless. And there is a hidden Overlord up here at the north center. Will the Corsair spot it? I think Free is probably looking for something like that, and I think the Corsair may spot it. Here come the Lurkers, though, and I think the Corsair is going to spot it. Oh my! No. That Corsair smells trouble, though. So that would be what let me put it like this. I think that's what I'm assuming that Yellow's going to be doing. Sometimes his builds are pretty tough for me to analyze. The Lurkers are now out. And there's that Panda Bear we saw murdered in another game during a proxy gate. Neutral unit. And we are going to see Corsair Reaver. I think that's a wise decision, especially against the low econ Zerg. You can take out so many drones so quickly. And he's going to go for an entrance bust. Here he goes now, moving up there for the front. The position of the Zealots, they will take a lot of damage. And it looks like he will manage to take that out. A very simple build. And it's proven to be very effective. Now attacking the entrance for Yellow. And he may be able to just rush up there Oh no, he only has one cannon in his main, another one on the way. Sorry, and look at this, here comes the lurker now, and the ladies are going crazy. Burrowing it right here in range of the Robo Bay. Free will lose this game. If he gets the cannon. The cannon. Or he can maybe choose his circles to get the cannon. And yes, he will indeed get that cannon. And the Starport 2, is he going to get that cannon? Is he going to get the cannon? Is he really not going to get the cannon? Okay. Oh, but the lurker. Oh, okay, no, okay. All right, he didn't get the cannon. Okay, but that's okay because I'm pretty sure that I think Yellow's going to win this anyways due to the amount of damage that he's just dealt to his opponent's economy. I would say that Free has maybe a 10% chance of winning. Spires on the way. I wouldn't even say 10%. That would be generous. And it's going to be up to whether or not Free can use this Reaver to hold off this attack, but note that the positioning of the Stargate will make it susceptible to those Lurker Spines, thus making Corsairs not an option in this game. Oh, and Free is actually throwing probes on top of Yellow's Lurkers and then shooting them because the splash damage will kill the Lurkers. Really shows you what a good player Free is. Observer's on the way, but Mutalisk will soon be out. And this will be a systematic murder coming from our player Yellow. And it looks like the Corsair has spotted the Mutalisk, but there's really not a whole lot he can do. He's going to have to get another Stargate. But I think Yellow could get enough Mutalisk by then that it might not even matter. And the Mutalisks are out. People are going crazy in the stands right now. And double Stargate. This is not an unwise decision for Free. Yellow's going to put a lot of emphasis on Mutalisks. And it looks like, in fact, he's going to pick off this cannon, obviously. And, wow, I really wonder if there's any way that Free can hang on this game. Now, he has turtled very well, as you can see. This may be one of these games where Yellow's going after Star Free because Free is clearly in such a good defensive position. Yellow now taking the bottom right Expo, knowing that he may have to turn this into an econ game, but he has such a big advantage, I can't see how he could lose this. We could also see Yellow tech to Hydralisk with speed and the range upgrade. And no! Free is really good at micro. Oh my god, and the shuttle is snuck out. Oh. This is some Mission Impossible stuff going on here. And oh my god, oh no. And he didn't even bother using the Scourge because he knew he was going to get such an advantage. He can use the Scourge later on to kill the Corsair. Now, Yellow's going to have to decide whether or not he wants to stick with the Mutalisks. I think the next tech option will indeed be Hydralisks with the range and speed upgrade. Now, Free, I will not back down from my previous statement to say that there's almost no way that Free can win this game, even though he's doing a fantastic job of staying alive right now and is actually teching in the proper direction, regardless of how dire this situation is. Now, it also seems like, gosh, okay, let me try to talk about what Free could possibly do to recover. What Free's going to want to do is get the shuttle speed upgrade, get another shuttle, move the Corsairs with the shuttle, and start trying to harass drones. Now, we see a lot of Mutalisks, but I don't think that's enough Mutalisks to take on those Corsairs. That Overlord certainly couldn't take them on. Now, as you've probably already seen, he has very good... okay, this is a critical moment in the game. when these two air armies engage. Absolutely critical, and I believe this is a very wise decision right now. Also, Free is going to take the island because that is the only safe spot he can take. Free is a very good Protoss player. Taking that island, knowing that Zerg probably will not be able to drop there, probably will not be able to attack there with Mutalisks. Okay, there's a lot of scores. Here he comes now. Oh! Once again, the shuttle's taken out too. And there's no way he can secure the island if he cannot get a probe up there. A bit of a cat and mouse game going on right now. And unfortunately for Free, he really cannot attack if there are that many scores. And he's going to manage to chase out those Mutalisks. Whoa! Oh, that was actually kind of a failed. Okay, that totally failed. Yellow just dropped the ball. And I think Free will manage to eventually get that island. Free needs the island. Free cannot expand to a ground territory right now. So, and also, as you can see, he's almost out of minerals. So, it is critical that he gets his island. That's what this whole game is going to be centered around the island for at least some time now. Yellow is expanding pretty fast. And getting a lot of Hydralisks, so this is going to be a big uphill battle for Free. Now we could see a massive drop. Now here is Free's attempt to be aggressive. Free's going to have to be aggressive in this window of time while the Expo is going up. Shuttle speed's done. A lot of Hydralisks heading towards that main though. Oh, in the wrong place at the wrong time, Overlord. Now, Yellow may just ignore this and just go kill him. I mean, technically, Yellow could just sack his main. And I think Free suddenly realizes that and is like, oh my god, I gotta get back to my base. And is that gonna be enough? I don't believe. If he brings the two Reapers back there, he probably can hold off this Hydralisk attack. Here comes the Hydra attack now! Target fires the Reaver! And I think this will be a good game unless he can get those two Reavers over here. Here come the two Reavers. And there's no way he's going to be able to hold this off, regardless of how good his micro is. I can't see that happening. And yeah, there's no more probes in the expansion, so yeah, really doesn't have any economy. And there's a lot of Hydralisks. As many Hydralisks as Free had probes back there. So this is going to be a good game any second now. And the Lurker Bros to take out the remainder. Good game! And Yellow, in what I would call another upset here, has managed to defeat Free. Yellow probably very happy to have come out with such a nice victory in what were three very exciting action-packed games. Wow, unbelievable. I have to say I was very impressed with Yellow's play right there. Free probably very frustrated that he had such a hard time predicting exactly what Yellow was going to do. And Yellow's strategy is just so genius. And wow, what an exciting series. Our next match for today is going to be Two Sky versus Null Ra. So that should be a pretty interesting match, and it's one I'm looking forward to casting. I think that Free just had a hard time predicting his opponent early on and really responding the way he should have. That is the burden of the Protoss in that matchup, is to figure out the best way to respond. I do see a lot of Yellow fans now filtering out of the building. But we got another great game coming up. Again, Null Ra versus Two Sky. Stay tuned. This is Nick Tasteless Plot broadcasting to you from Seoul, Korea. This is the Averatec-Intel Classic, the largest tournament in Korea with the largest prize pool. And I think we're going to be tuning out here in a little bit. We're probably going to have a 5-minute break, and then we're going to start up with the next game. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in. It is my pleasure to be here casting these games to you. And I hope you are learning a lot about StarCraft from seeing these games. You can probably get online, go on Battle.net or go on iCup. If you want to play against competitive people, go to iCup. You go to the iCup ladder. That's where it's at, IC Cup. And you can try these builders out against some very good people and get ranked. A lot of these pro gamers practice on it too, so I recommend it. And again, yeah, here's another shot at yellow. Calm and composed, but probably celebrating inside. So again, we're going to have a very, pretty much a new school Zerg player against a very old school Protoss player, pretty much a standard Zerg player who's proven to be pretty strong in kind of one of these new school Zergs against this Protoss player who pretty much figured out how to play Protoss. But is in a slump right now. Can he get out of it? Can he beat Two Sky? And I think we're going to close this out here. That was probably the funnest series I have gotten to cast and watch, by the way, at this event. That was a lot of fun. So stay tuned, guys. We got more great games coming up. Whenever this segment ends.